it's Dustin Fuller with Dustin's Mobile Entertainment. Welcome to our video on how to book a DJ. So, I get a lot of video questions at times, or a lot of Snapchats, I get a lot of text messages. And the first question I get on a booking is, how much do you charge? There's not a simple answer to this, and it's hard to get some people to understand. So here is an explanation on why I can't just give you what I charge. At Dustin's Mobile Entertainment, and a lot of other DJs do this too, we have different packages, different price points we work with and everything. So I can't just give you a straight number because not everything is upscale. Not everything is nothing. And I say nothing, I mean bare bones, just sound and entertainment. Every wedding is different. So before I give you a price, there's questions I ask. One of those is, obviously, what type of event is it? If it's a wedding, you'll tell me a wedding or another type of party or something of that. That tells me a few other things too. It tells me, hey, it's a wedding, so I probably have to get dressed up, which means I have to either wear a tux or I have to also get special lighting and effects in. So that tells me it's going to cost a little more to produce. Next thing would be, where is it at? So I know if I have to drive anywhere. After that, what date? The date is key because if I don't have that date open, I can't give you a quote. So, gotta have the date open, gotta know where it is. That way I can start working on getting you an exact quote. Then I'm going to ask what type of budget you're working with. Because, like I said earlier, not everyone has the budget of the Trumps. What do you mean? I'm Donald Trump and I have all the money in the world! So far, we've figured out where the event is, and we've also figured out what day it is. You're asking me why I need to know the budget. Some events have a much higher budget, and with that, there's a lot of opportunities you can have. Some have a lesser budget, but that doesn't mean we can't do anything. I just need to know what it is, so that way I know what I'm working with, and I can create the atmosphere for your event that will go well and keep your guests happy. So we can do one of two things. First off, if you want, you can call in over the phone. My number is 812-887-0613. From there, we can talk about what you're wanting for your event, or we can set up a time where we can meet in person to do that. Or, also, there's another option on our website. It's very simple. You go to dustinfuller.com. On the website, you'll click on the option to go to Date Checker. You have to open up the menu, you click on DJ Service Options, then click on Date Checker, and then it's going to ask you the same questions I probably would ask at a meeting or over the phone, asking everything I need to know for the event, so that way I can work on getting you a quote. From there, you will get an email from me with the quote, or if it's over the phone, I will give it to you over the phone, and also I will email it over to you so that way you can look over it in person. Every reputable DJ will do that. They will get you a quote, give you an idea of what the price will be and what everything is included. I'll also run down what everything runs. So for example, if you were wanting I've got a standard package. I'll just go with this for example. A standard package, 6 hours, which includes uplighting for the facade. It includes some wash lights for the dance floor. It includes subwoofers and 2 top speakers. So that at 6 hours, for example, that'd be $500. So how did I come up with that? Well, my package is this much for the lighting and everything. Then all the equipment I've got to set up and stuff, that takes time as well. You also figure in the time, you got to figure in time. Because, I mean, I have to be there for everything, and someone's got to pay the DJ. Otherwise, I'm in the wrong business. But truth is, there's a lot of things that include with the cost for services, including the price of the equipment. A lot of DJ equipment, a lot of speakers, a lot of subwoofers will run just, I can tell you right now from some upgrades I made over the last few months, in 2017 alone on speakers, Dustin's Mobile Entertainment spent over $4,000 on speakers last year. And that's just subwoofers, top speakers, and that's even our second rig as well that we just got as well. That's a totally different rig, but speakers are not cheap. I mean, if you're talking about top of the line Yamahas, they're really good sound, they're high quality construction, they're not cheap, and you gotta pay for it somehow. We only want the best for our clients, and with that we have to charge a little bit so that way we can cover the cost of it, because if we didn't have the money to do it, we wouldn't be able to provide the service. So obviously you have to think of the equipment that's being used, you have to think of the expenses incurred, say gasoline, your time, and there's a lot of work that is done behind the scenes as well that not everyone sees, including making sure everything is there on the plan sheet for the music, everything is there for when you're ready to take care of the wedding ceremony, because a lot of times if there's not a coordinator there, DJ kind of runs the show and getting all the dances out of the way, getting the tables out for the meal and everything else. So there's a lot of work that's involved if you're a DJ, and that's why things cost the way they do, is because you have to think of the equipment, you have to think what work you have to put in, you have to think the expenses incurred. Just, there's a lot of things you have to think about in when you're setting your prices. So when you're booking a DJ, instead of making the first question, what do you charge? Just say, hey, I'd like to know a little more about your services and what you can offer. And then from there, you have a conversation, maybe over a cup of coffee, maybe over the phone, maybe it's just an inquiry off your website. You have the conversation, learn a little about the client, and when you learn about the client, you can then work on something that will work for everyone. I'm Dustin Fuller from Dustin's Mobile Entertainment. That has been Getting a Quote 101 from a DJ. Hopefully you enjoy your Christmas and have a happy New Year.